The bright and dazzling lights of the Hollywood studio beamed down onto the grand stage, casting a warm and inviting glow over the enthusiastic audience. The air was filled with a palpable sense of excitement, a collective energy of laughter and anticipation that could only mean one thing. From the heart of Hollywood, it was time for the world-famous Newlyweds game, the television show that celebrated love, marriage, and the hilarious misunderstandings that came along with blending two lives into one. The music swelled, a catchy and upbeat tune that set the perfect joyful mood for the afternoon. On the stage stood four beautiful couples, each representing a different stage of early marital bliss, all smiling and holding hands as they prepared to put their knowledge of their spouses to the ultimate test. First, there was couple number 1, who had been happily married for 16 months, Krista and Dustin Hoffman. They exuded a youthful and energetic charm, waving to the cheering crowd with bright smiles. Next to them sat couple number 2, Maddie and Ira Chapman, a delightful pair who had reached the milestone of 10.5 months of marriage, bringing a classic and deeply affectionate dynamic to the stage. Then came couple number 3, married just 3.5 months, Tina and Kevin Feeney, the newest of the newlyweds, radiating the fresh and sweet glow of love. Finally, couple number 4 completed the lineup, Malika and Ray Davis, who had crossed the 12-month mark of their marriage, standing tall and proud with an easygoing confidence. The crowd erupted into applause as the legendary host made his way to the center of the stage. And now, here was the undisputed star of the Newlywed game, Bob Eubanks. He carried himself with an effortless grace, his face lighting up with a warm, genuine smile that instantly made everyone feel at home. "Thank you, hello, and thank you, everybody," Bob said, his voice echoing clearly through the studio. "Welcome to the Newlywed game, and a special hello to all of our wonderful couples over there. How are you guys doing today? Are you ready to have some fun?" The couples nodded enthusiastically, shouting out their readiness. "All right, then," Bob continued, gesturing toward the backstage area. "Ladies, it is time for you to head off to our soundproof room so the men can make their secret predictions." As the lovely ladies waved goodbye and began leaving the stage toward the isolation booth, Bob turned his attention entirely to the husbands. "All right, while the ladies are leaving, gentlemen, I want to remind you of a couple of important things," Bob explained, leaning in with a friendly, conversational tone. "I am going to be asking you some 5-point questions. You will be answering these questions as you predict your wife will answer the same question when she returns to the stage. Now, if her answer matches your prediction exactly, you then get 5 points. And remember, it is the couple with the most points at the very end of the show that wins a fabulous, deeply romantic second honeymoon." The studio doors sealed shut, ensuring the ladies could not hear a single word. The stage belonged to the men now. "So the ladies are gone, and gentlemen, here is our first question for 5 points, and I must say, it is a very good one, too," Bob said, a mischievous twinkle appearing in his eye. "Gentlemen, which will your wife say is true? You look more like her ex-boyfriend, or she looks more like your ex-girlfriend?" Bob turned first to couple number 4. "Ray, which is more true here in your marriage?" Ray adjusted his posture, a thoughtful but slightly amused expression crossing his face. "Well, my wife always dated ugly guys in the past, so I would have to say," Ray began, pausing for comedic effect. Bob laughed heartily, interrupting with a grin. "Well, she certainly changed that trend when she married you, did she not?" "Of course," Ray replied confidently. "So she looks more like my ex-girlfriend." Bob nodded, noting it down. "She looks like your ex-girlfriend. Tell me, was your ex-girlfriend pretty?" "Always," Ray answered without a single second of hesitation. "Yeah, all right," Bob said, turning to the next contestant. "Kevin, how about you? What is the verdict?" Kevin took a deep breath, a small smile playing on his lips. "I am going to have to say she looks more like my ex-girlfriend," Kevin stated. Bob raised an eyebrow. "She looks more like your ex-girlfriend. B.A. boom, huh?" "Well," Kevin chuckled nervously, "she actually was her best friend." The audience gasped and let out a collective laugh. Bob stared at Kevin with comedic disbelief. "Oh," Bob said. "Would somebody please call Kevin a cab right now?" The crowd roared with laughter at the playful warning. Bob then moved along to the next husband. "Ira, What do you say to this one? IRA, looking distinguished and wise, shook his head slightly. I wished I could say that I could go further over to the family instead of the girlfriend, but anyway, she just does not look like my ex-girlfriend at all. Okay, Bob clarified, guiding him back to the specific choices, but do you look more like her ex-boyfriend, or does she look more like your ex-girlfriend? IRA nodded in agreement with the first option. I would say one of her ex-boyfriends. Okay, so you look more like her ex-boyfriend, Bob confirmed. Yes, IRA replied. Thank you, okay, Bob said. Finally, Bob reached the first couple's husband. Dustin, what is your prediction? Dustin smiled broadly and gave a straightforward answer. My ex-girlfriend. So, he looks more like your ex-girlfriend, Bob summarized, keeping the game moving smoothly. Thank you, fellas. You all did great with that opening round. Now, gentlemen, let us move on to the next question, Bob announced, leaning against his podium. What foreign country will your wife say your living room is most like? What foreign country is your living room most like? Think about the decor, the atmosphere, or maybe just the general state of it. What do you think, Kevin? Kevin did not hesitate, a grin spreading across his face. I am going to say Iran, because it is just an absolute mess in there right now. Ha 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 ha, the audience burst into laughter, and Kevin began clapping for himself. Okay, Bob chuckled, I always like a guy who applauds his own answer. Turning to couple number 2, Bob asked, IRA, what foreign country does your living room look most like to your wife? IRA looked a bit puzzled by the geography of the question. What does the United States of America look like? IRA asked rhetorically, before guessing, Europe. Bob smiled patiently. Europe is a continent, IRA. No, give me a specific country. IRA muttered, searching his mind. Any time, IRA, Bob teased gently as the audience giggled. Just give me a foreign country, IRA. I think, IRA hesitated, okay, I will go with, Japan. Japan, okay, Bob repeated, solidifying the choice. Europe, okay, but I will officially take Japan for your answer. Dustin, it is your turn. What foreign country describes your living room? Dustin nodded firmly. Germany. Germany, Bob noted. Yes, excellent. Now, Ray, what is your answer? Africa, Ray offered. Bob shook his head with a grin. Be more specific than Africa, Ray. Africa is a whole continent. Ray thought for a quick second. South Africa. South Africa, fine, Bob accepted, writing it down on the card. Here is the last of our 5-point questions for this round, Bob announced, looking at the men with an expression of pure amusement. Gentlemen, how will your wife say you would complete this sentence? Now, remember, this is supposed to be you talking. My wife would be a whole lot sexier if her blank wiggled more and her what wiggled less. IRA, let us start with you. She would be a whole lot sexier if her what wiggled more and her what wiggled less. So let us start with the more. She would be sexier if her what wiggled more. IRA smiled. Her body. Bob pressed further, which specific part of the body, IRA? The butties, IRA replied, using a playful pronunciation. Okay, if her butt wiggled more, and what wiggled less? Her hands, IRA said. Her hands, all right, good, Bob recorded. Dustin, how would you complete this sentence? She would be a lot sexier if her blank wiggled more. The breasts wiggled more, Dustin answered honestly. And her what wiggled less? Her butt, Dustin concluded. Okay, fine, Bob said, turning to the next husband. Ray, what do you say? I would say if her hair wiggled more and if her buttocks wiggled less, Ray answered with a grin. Wiggled less, okay, Bob noted. Finally, Kevin, what is your prediction for Tina's answer? I am gonna have to say if her butt wiggled more and her tummy wiggled less, Kevin said with a sheepish smile. Wiggled less, yeah, Bob repeated, shaking his head playfully. Like I say, please call a cab for Kevin right away. The audience laughed as the segment came to a close. Our gentlemen will be right back to reunite with our lovely newlyweds, Bob announced to the camera. We will see how well their husbands have predicted what their wives will say right after this brief message. The screen transitioned seamlessly to a warm, informative commercial break, bringing a helpful and practical tone to the viewers at home. The narrator spoke with a voice of experience that every car owner could relate to. You have all been there. All of a sudden, you are driving down the road, and your check engine light comes on. Insurance covers your vehicle from unexpected accidents. But did you know that standard insurance does not cover expensive mechanical breakdowns? If your manufacturer's warranty is already expired or is about to run out completely, you will be left on the hook for all unexpected repairs out of your own pocket. A broken air conditioning unit costs over $1,800. A transmission replacement can cost over $3,000. And a brand new engine can cost well over $4,000. Breakdowns used to mean paying thousands of dollars out of pocket, the narrator continued, introducing a friendly local mechanic standing in a bustling auto shop. Until now. As a professional mechanic, I always recommend that my customers have a reliable auto protection plan. You never know exactly when an unexpected breakdown can strike, and you need coverage that you can truly count on. Endurance has been putting hard-earned money back into Americans' pockets for nearly 2 decades. And their comprehensive plans are carefully crafted by real auto experts like me. That is why they are the only company I truly trust. No matter how many miles your car has on the odometer, if it is under 20 years old, Endurance has you covered completely. That means insurance plus endurance equals total protection. The mechanic smiled warmly, gesturing to a family happily picking up their repaired vehicle. If you break down, just choose the local repair shop that you already know and trust. Endurance pays them directly for the repairs. There is no complicated paperwork for you to fill out, and there are no checks to wait for in the mail. Endurance takes care of all of it for you. Your comprehensive plan even covers 24/7 roadside assistance. If you ever break down on the side of the highway, Endurance jumps your battery, tows your vehicle, delivers emergency gas, changes a flat tire, unlocks your locked car, and so much more. Call the number on your screen now, and we will upgrade you to an Endurance Elite membership absolutely free, packed with thousands of dollars of extra benefits at no extra cost to you. Endurance is proudly recognized as the #1 trusted expert in vehicle protection, highly recommended by Consumer Affairs and rated exceptionally high by real customers on major review sites. We offer affordable down payments, low monthly plans, flexible terms, and a full money-back guarantee. At Endurance, we proudly administer our own plans, meaning there is absolutely no middleman and no runaround. So do not drive another single second without proper auto protection from the experts at Endurance. Call 800-331-9042 for a free price quote today. That is 800-331-9042. The commercial shifted gently to another helpful announcement aimed at providing peace of mind and financial relief to seniors across the country. A cheerful healthcare advocate appeared on the screen, surrounded by bright graphics. Have you heard about the $0 Medicare Advantage plan that includes the following incredible benefits? It covers comprehensive dental care, including fillings, routine exams, and even dentures. It covers vision care, including comprehensive eye exams, frames, lenses, and even contact lenses. It also covers hearing care, including advanced hearing aids and all necessary batteries. Best of all, it offers $0 prescription drug coverage plans, all at absolutely no additional cost to you. Go Medicare is open right now to assist you, the advocate explained with a warm smile. Just call the Go Medicare Benefits Help Center at 800-856-8269. Both the phone call and the professional consultation are 100% free with absolutely no obligation to enroll whatsoever. That is 800-856-8269. Call Go Medicare right now because you may be eligible to receive up to $148 back on your Social Security check every single month. And you might also qualify for a $0 Medicare Advantage plan that includes all the following essential benefits. The screen displayed a clear, easy-to-read checklist of the services provided. Dental care, including fillings, exams, and dentures. Vision care, including exams, frames, lenses, and even contacts. Hearing care, including hearing aids and batteries. and $0 prescription drug coverage plans, all at no additional cost to you.